Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first and foremost, I hope everybody's having a great day or a great night wherever you guys are watching this from. Overall, it's shaping up to be a volatile week ahead for crypto as we do see, Bitcoin under 21K. There's not a lot of support around this range, so I am still expecting a little bit lower on Bitcoin and also even altcoins. We do see XRP sitting around like 35 cents. But for the most part, like even on the 24-hour span, there is still some altcoins jumping out a little bit. Minus of course, Terra Classic, if you will. But like CHZ, aka like Chili's, is up about 11% on the 7-day span, up about almost 22%. And there's a few other altcoins in the green right now, but even on the 7-day span, like most of them are turning, red on the 24-hour span, ahead of, Bitcoin, having a little bit of a sell-off action. The overall crypto market cap sitting at about $940 billion. Am I concerned? Not really. I actually welcome lower price action just to accumulate more. And I have been seeing a lot of, individuals saying like, why not just ape in and average in and just wait, patiently. It's just because you want to have capital on the sidelines for any dip going forward. I've always said like preserving capital is the number one focus in this game. Remember, we're here to make money. We're not here to just splurge our money on every single drop. If that was the case, we would be broke all the time whenever there is a major dip. So, make sure that you are waiting patiently. Again, let the buys come to you. Don't rush your buy orders. Don't rush your purchases. Be patient. Things will happen. Things will, come your way. And to me personally, like I'm very patient on the bottom, being printed in. Remember, these things do take time, and I really don't believe that we've seen our bottom yet. But with that in mind, yes, I have been averaging in just in case we have seen our bottom. But for the most part, let's dive into a few things. So, this video actually kind of sickens me. It's pretty comical to say the least, like where we are in this market. I just recently did a video where Tim Draper was talking about, of course, where we basically are headed in regards to crypto. I do believe that this market is much bigger than just what Bitcoin is doing and what Bitcoin is. I'm kind of tired of this market following Bitcoin. I look forward to the day where, utility does shine. I think that those days are a little bit closer than most people actually assume. I look forward to seeing that actually, happen. But we do see Justin, SEC chairman, Gary Gensler says Bitcoin is the only one I'm willing to say is a commodity. Listen closely to this.
Look, this is a highly speculative asset class. We've known this for a long time. The ups and downs of this speculative asset class, Bitcoin, and hundreds of other tokens. And many of these tokens offer the investing public, or the investing public is hoping, I should say, hoping for a return. Just like when they invest in other financial assets we call securities. And many of these financial assets, crypto financial assets, have the key attributes of a security. So some of them, they're under the Securities and Exchange Commission. Some, like Bitcoin, and that's the only one, Jim, I'm going to say, because I'm not going to talk about any one of these tokens, but
sure.
My predecessors and others have said they're a commodity. Working together, there's two great market regulators in this country. I had the honor to chair the CFTC, terrific agency. I have the honor now to chair the Securities and Exchange Commission. A little bit different remits, a little bit different approaches, but working together with the banking regulators as well. There's work to be done there around what's called stable coins. There's a lot of work to be done to really protect the investing public. And many of these tokens right now are trying to operate, they're potentially non-compliant.
And I love to see the fact that he's still pushing the idea that he's going to protect investors. It's so tiresome being, in this market, being invested into one of, if not, I would say probably one of the only proven utility tokens in this space. And we are just still seeing the idea of, Bitcoin being pushed, Ethereum being pushed, And, again, there's no talks about, where regulations are actually going to, head to. We always keep hearing about, crypto regulations. We need them. They're going to be happening, but nothing actually gets done. I love the fact that he is bringing up, like, the CFTC, for an example. And, he's still saying, like, he's working with them on regulations. Like, if this is the individual behind regulations for crypto, I fear that, the future of this market is not going to look as pretty as we thought it would. And the problem is that, like, winners and losers are still being picked, and this is the problem with crypto. Like, crypto, since the dawn of time, has always been, centered around, and it's been like the main focus on decentralization. And having an individual come in and say, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum are good, but all the other tokens are, securities. That is a problem, and it's a huge issue, especially from, a decentralization or even a centralization standpoint. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments, though. And in regards to, Brad Garlinghouse, basically mentioning, listen, we are going to continue to grow. We do see here, we're, hiring over 300 people, this year. Well over half of those will be non-US based. Remember, right? We do not care about the US. I've always said it, like, it sucks for me, being a US, citizen, if you think about it, because, if, for example, Ripple does lose this lawsuit and, they do move out of the US, we don't know exactly how XRP is going to look. We don't know what, if you are holding XRP in the United States, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But to me personally, like, I'm going to be holding, off of exchanges. It's going to be in cold storage. It's going to be in my ledger. And I really don't care what happens because I know that Ripple with XRP will still thrive outside of the United States. Do I think that it's going to be, a sad day when, if, XRP does, become, a security and Ripple, loses the SEC lawsuit? Yeah, that's going to be terrible if it does happen. Again, as a crypto enthusiast, anybody in this, space that is in, crypto, for example, and loves the technology, loves projects within crypto, you should be hoping and praying for, Ripple to win this lawsuit. Because again, it is not only about Ripple and XRP, it's about all other altcoins. Remember, he basically just said all your tokens are, a security. It does not matter what you are holding. Besides Bitcoin, it's all a security. It's just comical to me. Also, we do see here the big shift. Believe it or not, those that stay on course will go extinct. With XRP, trapped capital is 0. Listen closely to this. This is from Qatar, which of course we've known that Ripple has been making major strides in the MENA, and Asia area. But listen closely to this.
Believe it or not, there are some legacy players that simply do not want, which is one of the other challenges, I think, do not want to believe that these technology companies are actually a threat. And so they stay on course, and I believe that they will go extinct. FinTech now takes 1% of total addressable market of the financial services. It will take a lot more in the coming years.
So is it a threat then to traditional?
Also, I do apologize if the sound sounds a little bit rough. It's just the actual video itself. It is a little bit rough in regards to sound quality.
Financial institutions on the whole, or is it more about embracing it? Bob or Naveen, I'd love for you to jump in.
Yeah, I can jump in, and we can go a little bit, couple of levels deeper, because otherwise we'll be at the surface, right? So what is causing this change? So at least from one use case that we can see, so crypto trades 24/7, 365 days a year. That means on a Sunday night, you can essentially buy a Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, USDC if you wanted to. So what opportunity does it create? The opportunity it creates is normally when money moves around the world, if you look at remittances, which is about $150 trillion of money movement cross-border, say if you're sending money from GBP to Philippines peso, GBP goes into US dollar goes into Philippines peso. That's how the money traditionally moves. And in that, there is something called as Nostro or Vostro accounts, and that's about $5 to $10 trillion of trapped capital that a sending institution has to keep with the receiving institutions to make that money flow possible, right? And that's almost the large majority of the cost, the capital cost and the depreciation risk, which comes in a remittance when essentially money moves from GBP to Philippines peso in this case. But if you were to use a crypto asset in the middle, which is a 24/7 market, then you're moving money from, say, GBP to USDC to Philippines peso, or GBP to XRP to Philippines peso, in our case, for example. And in that case, the trapped capital is zero. You're able to send money 12 o'clock in the night at an instant rate at almost a very minimal cost for the customer.
And of course, this is, the pivotal moment in time. This is Navin Gupta, talking. He's from Ripple. And it is true, like with XRP, the markets are never, frozen. All right. Like these are constantly running, they are constantly open. You could, buy XRP at any time of the day, sell XRP at any time of the day. And, when we look at the future of the banking scene, like we're going to be able to see money flowing 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it's never going to go down. It's going to constantly be there, and honestly, it's going to move quicker than anybody could really kind of perceive money moving. And the problem is that people think that money moves quick today, but the problem is that you still are seeing pre-approved, payments. It's sourcing, liquidity from something like Nostravato accounts, like he mentioned here, and it's a very inefficient payment mechanism. I think that at the end of the day, I don't think that people are really understanding exactly, what liquidity actually is. I mean, if you are watching this video, I'm sure that a lot of you actually do know what liquidity is, and you also do see the major issue around the current legacy payment infrastructure. Again, a lot of people continuously say, like, Bitcoin fixes this, Bitcoin fixes that. Bitcoin does nothing. Okay, you look at the Lightning Network, probably one of the most centralized networks out there. It's funny because, you do see these Bitcoin maxis crying the blues saying XRP is a banker's coin, it's centralized, it's owned by Ripple, 50% of the supply is locked in escrow. These are the same individuals that do not understand at all how payment mechanisms actually work. They don't understand the structure of, RippleNet utilizing XRP as a power source for on-demand liquidity and settlement. And these are also the individuals that will be left behind in regards to the fourth industrial revolution of the payment infrastructure. Again, I've always mentioned, you look at Lightning Network, you compare it to like RippleNet, for an example, which one would you actually rather utilize? To me, you really kind of look at something like even the XRP ledger, for an example, making payments with XRP. You don't need to utilize any sort of centralized entity. You could just use the XRP ledger itself, which is one of the most decentralized ledgers out there compared to anything else. And it is far more, efficient than the Lightning Network with Bitcoin. The only issue is that for the longest time, Bitcoin has held the spotlight in regards to, mass media attention around crypto. You talk to anybody, maybe they don't even know about crypto. You say like, hey, do you know Bitcoin? 9 times out of 10, they probably have heard about Bitcoin at one time or the other. You talk about XRP, not a lot of people really know about XRP. And if they do know, it's most likely due to the SEC lawsuit. And in my opinion, that is going to change rapidly, especially as we do see things like this unfolding. And we actually have been seeing large amounts of movement around banks. Like, for an example, we just seen, going back 6 days ago, Ripple News, Japanese mega bank acquires Ripple partner SBI Holdings. Remember, SBI Holdings is a very, very large group. And we actually do see down here, Deaton shares that Japanese bank Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group just acquired a major stake in the company SBI Holdings, which is known to be a major owner in XRP. SBI Holdings and Ripple have a well-rounded partnership where, even the president of SBI Holdings had served on the Ripple board for 2 years. And of course, down here, first of all, it is worth specifying, that the intention of SMFG, whose assets are estimated at $2.2 trillion to purchase a 10% stake in the business of SBI Holdings, is aimed at strengthening its position in the securities services market. The deal, if it is concluded, it's a continuation of a 15-year history of cooperation between the two eminent Japanese financial corporations. It is also worth noting that two conglomerates have even had a joint investment in one of Ripple's products, RippleNet MoneyTap. Perhaps, the deepening relationship between the two Japanese financial giants is the ground preparation for the more widespread adoption and use of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies in the life of Japan. In this case, the deal looks very logical given SBI's position in Ripple, XRP, which can be considered the best in the development and implementation of corporate crypto solutions. And yeah, I do think that this is very, very large, especially in regards to like the overall use case around this. Like, to me personally, like, this is just them preparing like mass adoption of on-demand liquidity in Japan. And we are definitely taking over in that area. Like, to me personally, it's going to be something special watching XRP just continue to grow, especially in regards to like the on-demand liquidity area. I'm very excited for the future of this space. Again, I love technology, especially around crypto. I think that that is probably one of the best things around crypto. A lot of people think like, oh, I love crypto because it's making me rich, or oh, I think that crypto is such a huge opportunity just to make me rich, blah blah blah. But honestly, if you think about the technology around a lot of these major projects, are also going to not only make you rich and wealthy, but it's actually going to streamline the process of many inefficiencies around major industries. And we're not only talking about payments as well. There's a ton of assets in the space going after industries that truly do need disruption in regards to like digitization processes, which are like healthcare, trade finance, like things like that are definitely a focus point for my area, especially around like the technology itself. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.